Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about a recent understanding or agreement signed between Russia and Pakistan. This agreement is related to the revival of a well-known steel plant of Pakistan located in the Karachi region. So it seems that Russia is now trying to back Pakistan's rusting pride, and also through this particular agreement it is maybe trying to send a message to India. We know that India and Russia has enjoyed a long standing partnership right from the eras or days of Soviet Union, but in recent time we have seen quite a shift in the India's diplomatic policy, where it seems to we have shifted toward the Western alliances. And now also if you look at in terms of defense partnership, it is relying on countries such as France, Israel and United States of America, while defense purchases from Russia has continuously faced a decline. So it is in this context we have to understand the overall rearrangement of ties between Pakistan and Russia as such. Now, in this particular agreement, Russia and Pakistan have signed an agreement to attempt a revival of a long defunct since 2008-9, we can say, one of the largest steel mills of Pakistan in the coastal city or port city of Karachi was defunct and was not functioning. So Russia is trying to again revive it, and it is described as a protocol of cooperation. The pact was signed at the Pakistani embassy in Moscow. This also is a very important, we can say, this development as such. Now, move also is bound to stir concern in New Delhi, because any warming of relationship, we can say, between Pakistan and Russia can present a challenge to India, because you know that Pakistan and China anyway have come much more closer, and these countries can be considered as adversary country to India as such. And Russia has been a long-standing partner, long-standing friend, and by using Russia, India also has tried to exert influence on China as such. So if Russia also begins to or Pakistan, Russia, China, this kind of axis we try to see, if we see building up in the near future, it can create a big diplomatic challenge or problem for India as such. Now, if we talk about this particular pact, as per this particular pact, Russian engineers and companies have decided to restart, and not only restart and revive, but also to expand the steel production from the Karachi factory. Now, it's not only that Russia is coming for the first time to partake in the development of this steel plant, but actually if you look at the legacy of this steel plant also, it was once the pride of Soviet Pakistani engineering. We know that after independence, both countries, whether it is India or Pakistan, they did not have a lot of engineering talent inside, they did not have a lot of availability of technology inside, and they had to depend on foreign friends, such as India also has depended on Soviet Union, West Germany, France, and recently on United States to develop its steel plants and also nuclear power plant in the current regard. Similarly, Pakistan, India, both in their early days after independence, they were to a large extent dependent on America and Soviet Union for engineering help as such. So the main objective of this pact seems to be to bring back Karachi-based steel plant back to life, boost its output. Output has continuously fallen down because plant has been incurring heavy losses in last 15 years, and if possible, when the plant will be revived, when again steel production can be ensured there, it will also bring back thousands of jobs that were lost, because that also is a major problem Pakistan faces today. It has a very high unemployment rate, and economy seems to be continuously declining and degrading as such. Now, if we talk about this particular agreement, we have to understand that as legacy wise also it is an example of Soviet Pakistan friendship. So this is considered by many experts as nothing but a new chapter in forgotten story. We know that with the passage of time in 60s, 70s, Pakistan went into the what you can call as alliances or bloc led by Western countries such as United States. Pakistan was an active member of CENTO, that is Central Organization, which was again backed by United States of America. On the other hand, India had a very strong reliance and partnership with the Soviet Union. So India, to some extent, we can say, was in the club of Soviet Union, and Pakistan was in the club of United States of America as such. And it is during this time in 1971, the largest steel complex of Pakistan in Karachi was developed here. And now the recent agreement is nothing but, as we have discussed before also in the beginning of video, is nothing but a manifestation of the shifting political wing, where Russia is in the search of new partners, new friends in the wake of Russia-Ukraine war and its isolation and heavy sanctions that has been imposed upon it. Now, before moving further in the video, where we will discuss also about that what is the significance and implications of this move on India and Pakistan, I would try to bring your attention to the fact that in the Legacy IAS Academy, we are going to soon launch new batches. Batches will commence on 9th and 11th of August. This will be weekday and weekend batches, and also we ensure that in all our programs, in all our courses, we have a comprehensive coverage. We put our effort to have a comprehensive coverage of all the GS papers, right from GS 1, 2, 3 and 4. We also ensure 1:1 mentorship, so that students are continuously guided whenever they feel that they are deviating from the path or their preparation is not up to the mark. And also you will have access to faculties all around during the classroom and even after the classroom, so you can get your doubts solved. We believe that interaction is the key in success of each of the students. Better interaction with faculty leads to better outcome, and that is why we have a strict policy of maximum 40 students per batch. We also believe that integrated preparation is the key to succeed and excel in the UPSC civil service examination, and that is why we focus heavily on daily men's answer writing practice. We also have test series and 360-degree coverage of the current affairs. Now, if you want to know more about our programs, you can give a call at this particular number, or you can click the link in the description box. You can also download our new app, that is Legacy app, where you will have access to a lot of resources which will come handy in preparation of UPSC examination. Now, we have discussed that the agreement signed between Pakistan and Russia has a huge significance. We look at the significance. The revival with Russia's help is not just a business deal. It is not only about just the economic cooperation. By signing of such agreement, Pakistan earlier also has shown its inclination to strengthen its partnership with Russia. And if you remember, during the early days of Russia-Ukraine war, when the war has just begun, Pakistani Prime Minister of that time, Imran Khan, had visited Moscow. Now, the reason is also because Pakistan is completely in the clutches of China, and China and Russia have now enjoyed a greater degree of solidarity and friendship, especially after the Russia-Ukraine war, and that is why Pakistan also is trying to fit itself in this particular alliance as such, as a third member or third party. It reflects also, if you look at the statement coming from the Pakistani politicians, they have clearly stated that such kind of agreement, such kind of deal reflect the shared industrial history. As we have discussed, Soviet Union, India has a shared industrial history, and also they are talking about a future that they want to build with the Russia as such. Because you know that in the recent time, especially after Osama bin Laden was found and killed in Pakistan, the relationship between United States and Pakistan has continuously seen a downward trajectory, and now Pakistan again seems to be shifting from the US club back to Russia and China club as such. Also, they have stated that it reaffirms the longest standing industrial partnership between the two nations as such. Now, if you take a look at the Karachi steel plant, it can be considered as a ruin that was built from decay, and there has been extensive delay in revival of this particular plant as such. Once it was considered as a symbol of industrial ambition, but since 2018, especially in the wake of global financial crisis, that has struck entire country, entire economy, entire world as such, and also because of politically motivated hirings due to the control exercised indirectly by Pakistani military and politicians, it has continuously incurred losses. For example, in the year 2008 itself, the steel plant was running a deficit of almost 17 billion Pakistani rupees, and just in next 5 years, this deficit ballooned up to 118.7 billion Pakistani rupees, and that is why the employees of the company has to be fired, and that is when the production also has come to a standstill. Now, as far as the recent what you can call as events are concerned, when Pakistan was being represented by Imran Khan, when his party came into power, one of his promise to the people of Karachi was the revival of Karachi steel plant, and that is when he began to approach both Russia and China to ensure that plant can be revived. Now, because of his approach to both Russia and China, we see a silent bidding war began to take shape between Russia and China itself, that who or which country will have a control over this broken steel plant as such. And that is when Imran Khan also has visited to China. There he met Xi Jinping, the premier of China, and then negotiations began about the revival of steel plant. But again, we see within a few years, the entire situation became kind of deadlock as far as China was concerned. There was no further movement in the deal, and the deal fell off, and China withdrew any kind of its ambition to revive this plant. And that is when Russia offered to help. Russia insisted that it's not only because Russia is now the only partner, but it is because it is only logical choice to resuscitate the steel plant, because it is the Soviet engineers who had designed the plant. It was the Soviet machines that were installed in the plant. and that is when Russia also, Kremlin, as you know, is the seat of Russian government, saw itself not as an outsider but a returning builder who built the plant, then vanished away, and again returning back because the plant requires urgent need or urgent help or urgent what you can call as revival this policies and programs and such. One who knew the bones of the structure better than anyone else. Again, as the Soviet Union was the one who has, which the country which has designed the plant, obviously the Russian engineers, we can say the only the successor of Soviet Union, the major successor, worthy successor is Russia. That is why it is the Russian engineers who might be able to help Pakistan revive its steel plant, and by doing so, to some extent, give an injection to its ailing economy as such. Now, as far as Russia is concerned, why Russia is so much interested in ensuring such kind of partnership with Pakistan, especially if it can create disturbances in Russia-India relationship or can at least raise eyebrows in the Delhi circle. The reason is because it seems that Russia has lost its diplomatic weight over the European region, and now its only ally is China and North Korea, and to some extent Iran, we can say. Apart from that, it has lost most of its allies due to the war it waged over Ukraine. So it appears eager to re-establish its economic footprint in South Asia, starting with steel. That is where its what you can call as expertise lie, and that is why it is so much eager to come and join Pakistan in revival of this steel plant. Also, we have to understand it was a country once deeply aligned with the United States as far as Pakistan is concerned, and that is why Pakistan, Russia did not see each other eye to eye. But now, as we know, Pakistan is closely drifting towards China. It is completely within the clutches of Beijing, we can say. And today, Moscow and China enjoy a very strong bond, which has been referred as a friendship akin to a steel. And that is why also the Russia is trying to bring Pakistan in its fold so that it can have again a partner in the South Asia. Now, we try to understand in conclusion what we can understand from this entire agreement discussion, that obviously this entire deal is nothing but a rescue mission to rescue an industrial dinosaur because like dinosaurs went extinct, the Karachi steel plant also was or has been on the verge of extinction, we can understand. And also by doing so, it can breathe a new life into the crucial sector. Steel sector is considered as the backbone of any industrial economy. So it can breathe a new life into the crucial sector of economy of Pakistan, which seems to be largely crippled in nature. And as we know that even after the launch of Operation Sindoor, Pakistan has to depend upon the International Monetary Fund, the loan packages from IMF to run its country, and that is why such kind of decisions are being taken. This decision, we do not have to understand that this decision is just only an extension of strategic partnership or new alliances. It is a decision that has been taken because there is no other choice, no other option as such with Pakistan. So this is all about this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel for more such content. Thank you very much.